Hold on, but go ahead.
No, I had to get in a good mood.
Yeah, you were in a horrible mood last
that's
week.
what
Yeah, you were in
told
such
me.
a
You were
bad mood.
awful.
I was, I know. Like, so.
I love it.
Welcome back to episode number 2 of Bassmaster Open Pros Pick'em for Lake Fork, rounding out Toledo Bend. Live scope picks only. Todd missed the mark on Group A. Was it Group A or Group B?
You mean you mean where I picked the guy who came in second?
Yeah, but the guy who won. You know what I'm saying? Not the guy who got in second. Was he in Group A or Group B, Matt? Which one was he?
He wasn't in any. I didn't pick him.
What are you talking about?
I had Walters.
Julio.
Huh? I had Walters.
I mean, yeah, that is a good pick.
Look. I just looked at. I only got through A, B, and C on this one, and they put all the live scopers in the first 3 picks. So now I don't even know what I'm going to do.
Well, that's because all the live scopers finished high.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, what about? Because all I know is after we did this, I went to our local some tackle stores the other day, and all the spinnerbaits were sold out because like everyone knew they were going to go down to the bank, slinging a spinnerbait and catching 30, 40 pounds a day. Like y'all thought they would.
How was everyone's teams? Because I'm very upset that Ish talked me out of frickin' Milliken and put Christie on the team. I'm better.
Dude, y'all were very quiet over the weekend, by the way, and I was like sitting there looking at it, laughing, just laughing.
My only bad pick was I took out Wesley Gore and put in Brad Watley. Otherwise, my picks were solid.
Yeah, what happened with Brad? He
was fishing the bank, and he had a decent first day. Yeah,
Brad TPV. Transducers per vessel. That's the new stat. I'm picking my team based on the TPV.
Right. Well, I mean, I got mine in there, so I ain't gonna,
y'all better stick to y'all's guns and pick people that are gonna be on the bank, sight fishing and throwing big spinner baits and throwing big jigs like that. Y'all
No, I did not. I have not ruled out, but I got my scoper picks in there.
No. Scoping's just a fad, man.
Dude, we're still on it. It's still here. Yes. I'm not saying it's gonna ever die, but it ain't gonna be what it's gonna be. There's gonna be tournaments won without it.
Yeah. In 2000,
it won't be this one.
In 2042.
Keep talking like that, and
in 2040, in 2042, we're gonna have lures that's gonna go 5-pounder. It's gonna drive over to the 5-pounder and make it.
You're not even casting. You're just gonna put it in the water. It's gonna take off out there, and it's just gonna find every fish till one bites it, and then you got to reel it back.
Yeah, I'm hearing rumors about some new technology, and I'm not liking it. It's gonna basically really, if it does come to fruition, it really will not be fun. Fishing will not be fun anymore.
Ish, make sure your pager's turned off when we start recording.
Your pager. Dang.
Oh, that's a good one, Matt.
Are you going to give his MySpace page at the end of this, Upshaw? Make sure you follow Ish on MySpace.
Did not have MySpace, so you can.
It was before MySpace.
My dial up. Hey, I gotta check my dial up. Yeah, I gotta check my dial up.
There's some young people on there going.
One of the next shows, I'm going to just have the dial-up tone run at the beginning of the show.
Email me at AOL.com.
All right, Group A, Matt, lead us off because I'm waiting for some really good statistics here.
Group A, I can't pick against him. He's fished. It's Ben Milliken. He's only 34%, which means you're still getting 2-1 on your money. Dude, the guy's fished 10 bass events. He has 4 top 10s. The last time he finished 5th, he responded on Toledo Bend with a win. He's got back-to-back top 5s in the last open and a 5th on this. I guarantee Ben Milliken will be in the hunt, and it will be an absolute zoo on the water the final day with all the MFers, the Milliken fishing fans, following him around, but he's going to be fishing on Sunday. I'd bet the farm on it.
Well, I agree. I think there's two people in this group that possibly could finish 1 and 2, and that is going to be Patrick Walters and Ben Milliken. I went Patrick Walters. I mean, he's won there twice. He spent more tournament days, high-level tournament days on that body of water doing the exact thing that he's going to be doing in this particular event. He's forgotten more places on that lake that have bass on them than Milliken knows currently. Now, I'm not saying Milliken ain't going to catch them. He's going to smash them. There's no doubt about it. But Patrick Walters is the pick for me. And at 24%, I can't believe he's actually under Milliken with winning 2 times. They're doing this exact same thing. So it's kind of crazy. What about you, Todd?
Oh, Patrick Walters. Easy. He was the easiest.
And he crushed him at Toledo. Crushed him.
Well, yeah. Well, day one, when I looked up and I'm like, how did Patrick Walters do that bad for me? Like, I thought
it wasn't sunny. Did you see what he was wearing? It wasn't shorts.
I knew it wasn't going to be. You brought up the shorts thing, and I'm like, it ain't that warm down here. But then because I don't know where did that start? Thursday? I guess I was in a tournament day. And then Friday, I was like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Patrick. Thanks for making me look good.
What about you, Ish? Where are you?
I think Patrick didn't catch him because I think it was warm outside. And I thought he was going to go. I think he went through a spinnerbait for the first couple hours and didn't catch him. And I think that's what happened. Is he threw a spinnerbait down the bank and he was like, you know what? I'm going to get back out there to what's going to win tournament. And that was just a rumor I heard. I don't know if that was true.
What about you, Ish? What you got?
Yeah, Ish, who are you going to pick?
I just want to know, how are you guys going to pick against the champ? The dude's fished 10 Bassmaster tournaments and has won 2 of them on the Elite Series.
I agree with that, actually.
He is, when you talk about the best when it comes to forward-facing sonar, that dude, A, has more transducers on his boat than anybody else.
Oh.
B, he has the biggest transducers on his boat than anybody else. And C, before forward-facing sonar, he was a super hammer in Japan. The dude won everything, and he's like 12 years old.
I know, he does look 12 years old. It's unbelievable.
Koyo, how do you – I mean, we saw what he did last week, and you guys are going with Walters and Milligan, and yet this dude has fished – it's different. The difference is what? The dude's fished 10 Bassmaster tournaments. He's won in Texas, and now he's won in New York.
But Toledo Bend in New York set up the same. Fork sets up way different than Toledo.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
It does matter.
What you guys are telling me, you're telling me it don't matter. When it talks you talk about forward-facing sonar, it don't matter. So if you have the dude that's the best at it,
live scope, this stuff matters depending on how you fish it, for sure. And there's a different deal. So all those smallmouth guys would be crushing it down here if that was the case. It's a different way the fish set up at Toledo than Fork. And
so you're saying Toledo sets up just like the smallmouth guys, but yet the smallmouth guys really didn't catch them.
Yes, way more open water. The fish will be set up a little bit different. So it won't be as much Demiki Reagan stuff as you think. It'll be different style bait.
More swim bait and jerk baiting. They sit on the timber where they're pulling them off of the timber from what I've watched.
I think more jerk baits for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
That's why Patrick was the easier deciding factor, because I think Milliken will catch him too, but I think the jerk bait, I think Patrick is the best at it.
From the jerk bait standpoint, yes, but I'm picking Koyo because
solid pick. I think those are the top 3 picks, no questions asked. I mean, you can't go wrong with those 3.
There's some other guys in here too that
they're all for
first and third. Top 20. I mean, just what it's going to be.
Like the Wesley Gore pick is a good one. The Trey McKinney would probably be a good one. Pat Schlapper. I mean,
Jordan Lee.
Todd, Andrew, how does Lake Fork handle 100 boats following people around? Because that's what Milliken's going to have to deal with. And he's had guys follow him around, but he's never had a massive gallery, and he's going to have a massive gallery this week. You're talking gorgeous temps, upper 70s, light winds in Lake Fork. There's going to be a bunch of people following him around from Thursday.
No, I agree with that.
What do you think?
I don't know how. I haven't fished fork as much to know like how that's going to impact.
I don't think fork has anything to do with it. I think just the impact alone, Matt. Like you said, I think that's going to become an issue. I think Kevin did it so much that he started getting used to it, and it became whatever. But I don't think it's going to be. I don't care who you are, and it's not even a pressure thing. I think just dealing with it starts becoming an issue.
No, I agree completely.
And listen, and I don't know what it is, and I hope this doesn't happen like it used to, but man, and I can't speak for this across the country, but like at Toledo Bend, Kevin would leave spots, and people would go start fishing them the moment he left.
Oh, that's going to happen. That has never changed.
So,
that
I will say this, and maybe this is supposed to be a nice little show, dude. If you're that person,
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're just wrong.
You're wrong.
They're wrong. They are absolutely wrong for that.
No. I'm saying that's the nicest way to put it, Ish, but there's other things we should be saying. Like, dude, for a couple of days, they're going to a place where they're going to show up once every couple of years, maybe. Let them have a day, or I don't care if you go fishing on Lake Fork. Dude, no one is – just don't go up there when the guy leaves and go, oh, well, he left here. There's a good chance he's coming back. Let the guys have it for a couple of days.
It's nice to have the old
but
Todd
that's never – that was the old Todd is back.
I was seriously a little worried. Like, I got a couple calls. I was like, what was wrong with Todd?
Oh, I got so many.
I spent 5 days of practice and 5 days of tournament fishing, 3 different tournaments over 10 days. Dude, I mean, I walked in and I had
Did you win? Did you win any?
Hey, we freaking smashed them on Conroe the final day, and for 2 days, Live Scope never turned on, and we just caught them setting the hook as hard as we possibly can, trying to
Russell. That was all Russell. That's all Russell, because the
Russell
new Todd
was setting the hook that hard.
Yeah. Exactly. Was the new Todd is.
I don't even know if we had a spinner rod in the boat, but dude, it was so like, it was straight up. Got to sight fish a couple of them. What? Yeah.
What? The old Todd is definitely back.
But again, that was our bad day when we had to do that. But it was a fun day. Caught some on the old.
Well, hey, we're 13 minutes in, and we are not even at Group B. Let's go Group B. Todd, lead us off Group B. What you got?
What do I got? Am I on Group B yet? Oh, I'm going with a rookie. Just because I think I'm going with – I talked to him the other day, and he kind of was bringing up some I don't think he was so finessey like spinning rod deal. So I'm going JT Tompkins.
I like it. That is a really solid pick. What about you, Panger?
I'm going JT Tompkins too. I mean, the guy has – well, listen, Todd, it's basic. The guy his average field is 200 boats. He has 16 top 50s in a row. This is only his second tournament in Texas, but his last 9 opens in Elite Series. So the last 10 tournaments he's fished with bass, he's averaged a 15th place finish. 15th place out of 200. Plus, during pre-practice down at Lake Fork, when he went down there with some of the other young guns who are scopers, he caught his PB. So the guy's on an epic roll, and he's going back to a place where he wrangled the double digit. I think I'm riding JT Tompkins. That sounded bad.
Hey,
I am picking JT Tompkins this year until he proves me wrong.
Andrew's going to cut that up. Get ready. It's happening.
Yeah.
Mark it. 14 minutes.
Done.
Hey,
Matt's done.
Matt, I will say this: who's the highest ranked guy on that list?
This one's kind of spread out, but the highest ranked guy on this list is Taki.
No, the highest ranked, as in like their rank, not their percentage.
Oh, Kyle Patrick, right?
Oh, you mean my pick from last week? Yeah, that's right.
Ish, what you got?
Just saying.
I'm gonna go swim bait guy. I'm feeling that pre-spawn Lake Fork big swim bait deal, and I'm going with Carl. He can
nice.
He can, he's the best angler in Australia ever to come from Australia. And he's a swim bait guy. And I've fished fork enough to know that they're going to be eating it. Especially this time of year.
So I went Group B. I kind of went off of what Matt did last week. And I'm going John Sukup. He got him a check in the first event. He is one of the best jerkbait fishermen that I know when it comes to forward-facing sonar. And I just know how much that plays. And I know he has a comeback on his mind. And he's got to literally go blast them every single tournament this year to requalify for the elites.
I like that pick a lot.
And he's at 2.3%. I had JT Tompkins, and I just got a feeling about Sukup. I got to roll with him.
I've fished in the boat with him a lot with the jerkbait, and he can do stuff with that jerk. Like, dude, his jerkbait boxes and stuff. Like that is his bread and butter.
Yeah. So I mean, I think the Demiki stuff when it came to open water, he was a little bit. I'm not gonna say lost, but like it's just not in his wheelhouse as much as the jerkbait is. And I just know the jerkbait is going to absolutely play this week. And I'm going for jerkbait fisherman. So let's go Group C. I'll lead it off. I mean, this was a really, really, really hard group for me. I'm going Lee Livesay. Last time, and I mean, I feel like it's an easy pick. He is the one guy that might not use forward-facing sonar that still will possibly get a top 10 in this event just because of the sheer amount of knowledge that he knows on the body of water. I mean, you can't go against. I'm not going to go against him. Todd might, but I'm not going against him in this one at all. So, what you got, Todd?
Definitely not going with Lee Livesay.
Well, what direction are you going?
Of course, I'm going with Lee.
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, I was looking at John Cox, and like I really like John.
I don't even care if Lee finishes last. I'm still gonna pick. I'm picking Lee. Like that. Like, yeah. He's gonna be fine.
What about you, Ish? What you got?
I was gonna go Lee, and I'm still, like you said, he probably might not fish the forward-facing sonar, and I got to ride the train of a guy that's going to probably use forward-facing sonar who can also throw a jerk bait, and he is one of the best fishermen on the planet. And I'm gonna roll with Brandon Polinick. I mean, the dude, we've seen it. He's gone everywhere, and he's done well used forward-facing. He's used forward, right, and he's done well at fork. He's used forward-facing sonar, and the dude can throw forward-facing sonar and a jerkbait. Like, he knows what he's doing.
And he didn't have a good Toledo.
That's the guy.
So like he's gonna become.
And he did not have a good Toledo. So
yeah,
yes, he is hard.
I like that pick a lot. What about you, Matt? What you got?
All right, I'm going with Lee Livesay because it's earlier in the year, but I really, really, really want to pick Tyler Rivette in this event.
That's not a bad one too.
I mean, you know that Lee. We already talked about the pressure on it. This is the first time that they've been here this time of the year on fork. And Rivette has 6 figures under his belt with a jerkbait and live scope. And I just think that he is going to be a sleeper in this, but I'm still going Lee Livesay 100%.
All right, group.
And he did good at Okeechobee at the Open with it.
Yeah. No, that's what he does. He's very comfortable. If you want to make an early move, Rivette he's 1% owned. 1.1%. Lee Livesay is 68% owned.
This group, I don't like picking a guy twice. I'm not a fan of picking a guy twice, but
me neither.
Once again, he is still the king of Texas, and that's Keith Holmes, and he's won how many Toyota deals on Lake Fork at that time of year.
Not this time of year.
I see.
Not this time of year.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Those spring ones in the
fall.
Yeah. Were they in the fall?
Yeah,
okay, I'm changing my pick.
No. Okay, here's the deal. I was doing a little research on this. Jack York, you guys probably know him. He guides. He looks like Grizzly Adams. He's a young kid. I just saw a post where he was, I think he's a 6 cents guy. They're catching 12-pounders on crankbaits out there right now.
Oh, so that means I can do my pick. See, you totally. Is this a payback? Is this the payback for the Christie pick?
No. I was the same way with. I was the same way with Combs, but I'm going Combs too. I mean, dude, like they're plugging them up.
Okay, if they're plugging them up, I'm sticking with it. Then I'm gonna listen to you, Matt, and go with Keith Combs again. And I hate picking guys twice in a row, but. It's when the guy's off, he's off, and he seems like he's been off the last year or two, or three. I don't know what's going on.
It's not off. It's time of year. Time of years matter for some of these. Like you asked us why we don't pick certain guys that we know, because we know the time of the years they catch them, and when we all have time.
Oh wait,
so you're saying
that was wrong. He caught him on a jerk bait, not a plug.
Yeah.
I just looked up the model number. My bad. That was a jerk bait. Yeah, if Keith Combs catches a check, it'll be a miracle now.
Matt,
oh, great. Now who do I have?
Matt, I know Jack.
Exactly.
I know him and his old roommate, and I'm just telling you that ain't happening. I didn't gonna say anything, but
I literally looked it up. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. He said a 97.
No, I gotta go back.
I just assumed was a plug, and then I googled it, and it's a jerk.
But go ahead, Ish.
No, this changes everything.
This changes everything.
You screwed up my pick.
Yeah, it's great. Your pick.
So who are you going to go with, Ish?
Yeah, I don't know. I got to go back and look now.
Well, I'll lead us.
I'm
gonna
stick with Combs
then, since Matt messed everything up.
I'm sticking with Combs.
I'm going Scott Martin at 4.5%. The dude is sold out to Live Scope. He won at Okeechobee using perspective mode. And I mean, I filmed a show with him over the weekend, and he literally tried to use it the whole day. And I'm like, let's go to the bank. Let's go look. And he's like, no, let's do this and let's do that. He's 100% in, and he's going to figure it out eventually, like completely figure it out. And he's going to kick everybody's butt doing it. He's not quite there. I mean, he kicked everybody's butt at Okeechobee doing it, but he's. So I
got 5 days to learn perspective mode.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I got 5 days to learn perspective mode.
I think he's gonna have a big event. What about you, Todd?
The problem. I'm not. I really don't want to pick Scott. But I have to stay true. And I can't Joey Fuentes. And I don't watch these guys that much, but knowing how Joey catches them, like I said, there's different types of live, there's different ways to fish live scope. And I don't think this is going to set up how, everyone has
for those guys, the smallmouth guys.
Combs is phenomenal, right? But his strength is cranking at different times of the year. And so Combs might go win this thing. But I'm just going based off of what I think. I think Scott's a better overall live scoper when it comes to variety. I think Joey Fuentes, when you put it in Joey Fuentes' wheelhouse, dude, maybe no one's better than him. I just don't know if Fork is going to set up for that. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't see those big ones catching him like that. And so, I'm not trying to pick a guy who's going to win it, but maybe just do good in some of these brackets. So I just think Scott might be more consistent in this one.
What about you, Matt? Who you got?
Man, I think I'm going to stick with Combs just because he knows the lake, but I also feel like Paul Mueller could be a really good sneaky pick in here if you want to talk about live scoper guys. And then a guy who's totally under the radar, who's extremely proficient with it, is John Garrett. John Garrett would be another really good pick in this group.
Yes.
I almost picked him, but he doesn't live scope much, does he? Does he?
Yeah.
I think he mixes it. I think he does a lot of both.
I didn't know. John Garrett was going to be my pick, but then I was like, well, I don't know if he does it that much. But if he does, that would be my 1A, 1B.
Ish has terrible signal, by the way. He's got that AT&T signal.
My phone actually heated up. No, my phone actually heated up, and it's acting kind of weird. So that's my fault.
It's overheated. All those active target picks just got you all messed up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God!
Like I said, I went and did it all day Sunday. What do you got? Like, what do you mean? What's bad?
Oh no, it's just
Oh.
your it's just all distorted. What is your group D pick?
My group D pick. I don't even know who my group D pick is.
Are you still rolling Combs or are you going somebody else?
Yeah, we gotta wait for dial up again.
Hello, you got me?
Yeah, we got you. Are you
got me?
rolling Combs or no?
I'm gonna roll Combs. I'm sticking with Combs.
Okay.
I'm sticking with
All
it.
right.
Matt talked me into it again.
Group E, what do you
with
got?
the
Todd?
wrong bait.
Hey, I've done it picks on the wrong
with
lake.
the wrong bait.
Still did good.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't feel as bad now.
He's picking another tournament. Todd just picks other tournament circuits.
Dude,
guys. Russell, I'm picking Russell. Russell's on my.
I crushed it that week though. That was my best picks ever when I picked them on the wrong lake.
Awesome.
What do you got Group E, Todd?
Man, I like Prosnick. Hackney's hard to go against, but I'm gonna go different. I'm like, what happened to Kyle Welcher?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, look, why would I not pick that? Like this might be the only time he's in Group E.
Yeah, it will be the last time he's in Group E.
So I'm like, that's just, him and Hackney will probably be the last 2 times they're in Group E. But I'm gonna go with Welcher.
I want Welcher as well. Okay. What about you, Matt?
Welcher.
Did we?
Yeah.
Andrew,
I saw Welcher, and I still went Hack. Hack's not gonna let me down. Hack's not gonna let me down 2 weeks in a row. He never lets me down 2 weeks in a row.
Andrew, did we pick the same exact? I think we did.
Know.
Yes.
So group A, I had Walters. Group B, I had Sukup. No, I had Sukup.
Okay, but everyone else we picked the same.
Yeah.
That'll be a first. That's a first.
Yeah, we had the same in every other group. Yep.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Good or
Todd
not.
likes to follow.
Yes, he does.
So one of my favorite things to do is to do we'll go and do the weights. Let's do the weights. What's the winning weight this week?
106.10. 106.10.
106.10 for Ish. What do you got, Matt?
110.9.
Dang, so I'm assuming we're all gonna be over 100 then. What do you got, Todd?
I tried to kind of go absurd. So and apparently I'm not absurd enough. I went 112.8.
Yeah, that's not absurd.
I know, but I put
not absurd at all.
I put it as 1,120. Maybe I need to edit that.
No, I think you should definitely leave it exactly at that.
That's absurd.
Because it could. That's absurd, but it could go down.
I went 102 too. I mean, maybe I'm under it a little bit. I just have a feeling they're going to have a windy day that's going to mess things up because the wind hasn't stopped blowing.
They're not going to have a windy day. The most is going to be 10.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask that. I think the front comes through Wednesday, and if it does, and if they have a calm day, that was my only concern was the wind. If it blew,
9 on Thursday, 5 on Saturday, 9 on Thursday, 5 on Friday, 8 on Saturday, and 10 on Sunday. We got cloudy and 55 on Thursday, and then a warming trend. So the lows are 42, 53, 60, and 65. The highs are 55, 72, 78, 79. They're going to drill them.
Well, it's going to be
ridiculous. All right. So who is the favorite to win?
Coyle for the win. You thought Coyle for the win.
There's no reason that I'm like Ish. It's almost impossible to go back to a lake in this day and age and do good again. Like things change, but man, it's so hard for me not to pick Patrick Walters.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I still think Lee might repeat. It pains me to say. And the only reason it pains me to say is because I want to go Patrick Walters. And I think the last time they went and Lee won, I think it was one of those situations where Walters like, okay, next time I show up here, I'm winning again. Like, and it might burn him up a little bit.
Lee, like I like Lee, man, but man, he's not live scoping. And when he won, I think you didn't have to live scope. I think you have to now.
Yeah,
I think I know he's the only one in the field that doesn't have to compete and win, in my opinion. But as much as all of us know our home lakes, like Andrew, you know Toledo, and I don't think you could go out there and catch that weight without live scope.
Not right now. But the difference is on Fork. I will say this: the difference is on Fork. I've been there just a few times, but it is so spot oriented.
It is.
And the other thing is I think so many people have sold out to live scope and forward facing sonar that you're going to see in this particular event more so than maybe any of the other ones. It's going to leave Lee by himself on a lot of stuff to be able to fish a lot of stuff and be able to let things rest because guys are more focused on letting their forward facing sonar find their fish for them. Whereas Lee's going to be able to roll up to places and maybe catch an 8 or 10 or 12 or something like that nobody's ever fishing for.
Now, I will say this real quick. You got some guys that apparently on Lake Fork, which is a totally different animal when it comes to people. I hope what goes down doesn't go down again where you got guys freaking on the internet showing where
sharing spots. Them,
and like I said, let those guys have their couple days. Just please.
What do you got, Matt? Who do you think wins?
This guy's flown under the radar, and I know how many hundreds of hours he's put into this, especially on Texas Lakes and Lake Fork. And I think Zaldain gets his first Elite Series win. I mean, the classics come into Fort Worth. He had a good Toledo bend. Like, he's going to get it out of the way, make that classic that he struggled for. Like, he's going to throw big baits. He's going to fish to win. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's completely bought into to learning the new systems of 2024, and I think he'll have a good shot at it.
No, and we didn't talk about Zaldain in the show, but I agree with Zaldain. He just was in a bucket that he's in the A bucket.
Yeah, I mean that was a tough bucket.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, like I think a good portion of those are going to be in your top 30 regardless.
Half of them will be there. No
like
doubt.
We didn't even mention Luke Palmer, and Luke Palmer is on fire right now, and just caught him on Toledo on a jerkbait.
I mean, that Group A is loaded right now, absolutely loaded. Ish, you went Koyo, right?
I went Koyo.
Yeah,
had to go.
I'm interested on that Ish.
I want to see. Yeah, I want to see. I mean, like I said, the dude, if you look at his stats, he's got the best stats and he's on a Van Dam type career. If he continues to do what he's doing, he will probably beat Van Dam's career. The kid will probably win a classic at some point. He'll win an Angler of the Year. I mean, as long as this forward-facing sonar deal continues and they set it up like that, he's going to be deadly. And all we're doing is he's getting the early tournaments out of the way, and then once we get into that freaking post-spawn deal, he's going to crush them. And so I'm going to go Koyo for the win because, he's coming off another win now, back-to-back.
I agree. All right, winning bait. This is a new segment that we added in for this year. I think it's just a cool one because it really kind of gives you into the mind of what we believe is going to be the winning bait. What did we say last week? We said Demiki rig was going to win for the vast majority. Everybody, well, not Ish and Pang. I think Panger might have even said spinnerbait too.
No. I said Demiki.
Oh, did you say? Okay.
Yeah.
So three of us got it right. Like,
are you sure, Matt? I swear.
Yeah. It's on film.
It's on Facebook, so it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to worry because Matt is riding JT Tompkins to the finals, so it's all going to work out in somebody's favor. But the end of the day, I think jerkbait wins this tournament. Our vast majority of the bites are going to come on the jerkbait. And obviously, if you look at my team, I built my team around a bait and a technology. So What do you got, Todd?
Same.
Yeah. What about you, Ish?
I'm gonna go swim bait. I'm just to be different. I gotta be different this week. Big swim bait.
The only thing I'll say is like the swim bait. Like fork is such a different animal than every lake in the country, other than like probably some California lakes. Those swim baits don't work this time of the year like the way that like fork is like a May, like a post-spawn swim bait deal. I will say though this: if someone, I've caught them on a big swim bait this time of the year, like right before they go up to spawn. If they do that, if someone figures that one bite out, it's going to be very specific. It's not like it. Dude, they will win it that way. It will be won that way if a guy
gets 35 pounds a day.
Yes, if they can figure it out. But it's such a weird, harder bite to do when it's not post spawn there.
Yeah, I agree with that. What do you got, Matt?
You guys were talking all around it. I'm combining the jerk bait and the swim bait, and we are going to enter a new era of mag Demiki rigging. We're talking 6 to 8 inch plastics on light jig heads that can float above, that have the drawing properties of a swim bait with the suspending and bite properties of a jerk bait. It's happening now. There are guys catching mag bags on them now. You can fish them shallow, you can fish them deep, like big ones. Like it's going to get one on a 6 to 8 inch plastic on a jig head.
Then I'm changing
straight tail.
I'm going straight. The new technique that people aren't talking about, but it's definitely the cork and jig.
The cork and jig.
Yeah, half ounce jig floated over like on a.
That's called a Magnum float and fly there, Todd. It's called Magnum float and fly.
I call it the cork and jig now. I think it'll be on a jig, and all you got to do, and it's great too, because like you don't even got to feel them. You just got to look out there when your cork goes under. They got that jig, man.
I'm being dead serious. I feel like it's going to be one on a Mag Demiki.
I agree with you.
I don't know. They've got some other names for it, but it is custom made for what's going to happen at Fork, especially with the pressured what they've seen out there.
I hope the cork and jig makes its debut.
Like a
all right, guys.
Fork?
I've got to roll.
Big old jig, man, like you're red fishing and stuff.
Well, guys, I appreciate you coming on. Y'all go check out Ish at Fish for Ish. Todd on his YouTube stuff.
MySpace. Don't forget Fish for Ish.
MySpace. He's in our top 8 right now. We might have to switch it around. And then Matt Pangrac at Bass Talk Live. Guys, I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.